Yahweh Shem Shah, Yahweh Shem Shah, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
Let my soul bless Yahweh, the great King. For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stones, thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir. And all her streets shall say, Hallelujah. And they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be Yahweh, which have extolled it forever.
For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stones iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy walls salvation, and thy gates praise. And the city was pure gold like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth a topaz, the 10th a chrysoprasus, the 11th a jacinth, the 12th an amethyst. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every single gate was of one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Now, this lesson, comes from a question that was asked, I believe last week. My brother had asked it. He had asked the question, and he wanted a lesson about, how the kingdom would be. Like he wanted, pretty much he was asking, to be motivated in these times, and there was and it was right on time, with the question, to ask about the kingdom, because as we're finna go through our suffering, as we're finna go through the straight gate, we got to see beyond it, and the thing that is gonna help pull us through, is our faith. Because people speak about faith, but faith in what? And a lot of people, their word faith is thrown all around the earth, but faith in what? Okay, and we have to have faith, in the kingdom promise. Okay, and in the scripture, it gives us an illustration. Now, there's no way to be able to explain, the kingdom, okay, in its totality. All right, and I want to start off here. Let's get this in Isaiah. There's no way, that we will be able to explain the kingdom in its totality, but the Lord has given us enough, to where we can have, something to look forward to. All right. So when you go here to the book of Isaiah, all right, it's the book of Isaiah 64:4 said, "For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither have that I seen, all right, of the Most High beside thee, what he have prepared for him that waited for him. All right. So there's no way that we, in its totality could paint a picture of the kingdom, but we do. All right. The Lord did leave us, all right, nuggets, all right, within these precepts of how the kingdom would be. Okay. And that's why phase one of the kingdom, before we get into, the actual kingdom, and this is my thing. I'm infatuated, with how kingdoms run. When I watch movies, I mostly watch, period pieces, or, pieces, movies dealing with, with kingdoms, with empires. When I do watch movies, I'm just infatuated. I study, history. I'm just infatuated with how, kingdoms are ran. The ranking system. How different families, that pretty much run the kingdom. The order, the inheritance, all those things, and how they work. And that's something that I delight in. It just my nerd thing that I do. But let's go here to the book of Amos. Let's go to prophecy, because before, all right, we get into the actual kingdom, all right, there was a certain generation that had to be raised up. Okay, it's Amos 9:11. It says, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it up as in the days of old." Okay, and that's gonna be our reference point. When we go into, our kingdom is the time of King David. All right, going into King Solomon, because that's when we was in, our prime as a nation. That was our prime. That was our glory. Okay, that was Israel's glory days under those two kings, King David, and King Solomon. Okay, as far as ruling in righteousness. All right, with the glory of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. And that generation is back. Because the Lord is finna restore their rulership of ancient Israel back in the earth. Okay, so phase one was the Lord raising up those spirits that was back there during that time. All right, the house of David. Okay, and you go into the era, that generation was known for being very obedient to Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. Now, we're gonna go here. Well, let me copy and paste these real quick. So we're gonna go here. That's why Yahweh Shah. We're gonna go to where Yahweh Shah said the statement he made. All right. Copy and paste this real quick. I might just go to it. Yeah, brother, if a brother could put Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6, verse 20 and 21. All right, Baba Kashah, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6, verse 20 and 21. So let's get this in the book of Luke. Okay, this is the book of Luke chapter 17. All right, and 21. All right. Luke 17 and 20 says, "And when he was demanding of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation." They was asking about, a certain place, a certain building. They want to see the infrastructure being built, the actual estates and, the capital. They wanted to see that being built. Okay. So he was like, look, they was thinking he was going to actually start building the kingdom then. The actual kingdom, no, but he was planting the seed. All right. He was establishing a mindset, all right, for the kingdom to come. Okay. So Yahweh Shai is like, the kingdom don't come with observation, what you looking for an actual building. Okay. No, there's another phase that had to play. There's another phase that has to take place, and that's the men, all right, raising up, all right, that generation of David being raised up, all right, and being conformed to Yahushua, all right, which by default puts us in the ruling class mentality, man. Verse 21, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. Okay, so the kingdom begins within us. Okay, it's a mindset before it's an actual physical place, before it's a physical kingdom in the earth. It's a mindset amongst, all right, the house of David, that generation of David that has been raised up in these times. Okay, so go here. All right, the water broke. It's the brother Quana Watt. GMS prayer always hopeful elect. Wisdom of Solomon 6:20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. So phase one is us, all right, having the desire for wisdom, because the kingdom, I think the kingdom is a business. Okay, when you look at empires, when you look at different dynasties, when you study them, okay, administration is a major factor in the kingdom, because the war don't last for decades. After the war is won, okay, then there's practical things that have to be put in place, okay, that establishes a dynasty or an empire. All right, so right now we're gathering the wisdom that is going to take to run a kingdom. Okay, this is why the Lord is constantly putting us in these certain situations, because we got to think our way out, you know, because the Lord is grooming, all right, the next rulers. You know, it's hard, but it's fair. You know, that's why it's to the point now, you know, it ain't nothing I complain about, because I know what the Lord prepping, what the Lord prepping us for, man. I know what the Lord prepping you brothers for, man. Okay. All right, let's go here. This Wisdom of Solomon 6:21. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people. All right, and they're speaking of the 144,000, man. Honor wisdom that ye may reign forevermore. You know, so we want to be joint heirs with Yahushua. We want to be joint heirs with Yahushua. Okay, our main mindset should be to honor wisdom. Okay, and how do you honor wisdom? By applying it. Okay, utilizing it in real time. Okay, that's how you honor wisdom. You know, so this grace period was for us to honor wisdom, to utilize it, to, you know, to become king. All right, if brother can get that definition for king, K-E-E-N. Let's get that up there, man. Okay, we're becoming skillful, all right, with this wisdom, man, because this wisdom is going to rule the earth. All right, so let's go from there. Okay, let's get this in Isaiah chapter 1. All right, Isaiah 1. All right. And 25, Isaiah 1:25, it said, and I will turn my hand upon thee and purely purge away thy dross and take away all thy tin. And this is what's happening, okay, to the hopeful elect. We're being purged, okay? Because you look at the majority of our people, you know, and we all came up slave-minded, low self-esteem. We didn't have a clue. We didn't have no ruling class mentality, man. All right, we wanted to be cash money millionaires, hot boys. Okay, Jeezy, T.I., you know, that was the peak. All right, that's where we peaked out at. An athlete, you know, or some type of entrepreneur, some type of, you know, Frank Lucas. You know, that's where our minds peaked out at. Okay, rulership was never a thought. All right. But the Lord now, as the scripture say, we're becoming new creatures, is purging them old ways out of us, man. Them unwanted qualities, man. Because you look at, like, when you look at a king didn't have it easy. Like when he was a prince came up hard. You know? Like you go into the story of King Xerxes, like King Xerxes was 7 years old learning how to hunt. Okay? Learning how to ride horses, throw spears. They were 7, 8, 9 years old. Like a king came up. I mean, a prince came up hard. You know, a prince with a kings are made. You're born into an inheritance, but you're made into a king by the way you're brought up. Your father would be hard on you, man. If you was a prince, your father, especially if you was a firstborn. Okay, that's why Yahweh Shai got it the worst. Okay. But what is it doing? Is purging away unwanted qualities, man. Okay. Verse 26 it said, and I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors at the beginning. Afterward, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, thy faithful city. So our mindset is being restored, okay, to righteous rulers. Okay, this is what's happening in real time now. Okay, and like the scripture we just read, wisdom is going to bring us into a kingdom. Okay, so now as we've been resurrected in the spirit, our minds are being conformed, okay, to righteousness. You know, we're being groomed into rulers. Okay, what has to take place next? Okay, is war. All right, as we hear all this war talk, rumors of wars. Well, this is the war for our kingdom. This is why we get so excited about World War III, because it is the war for our kingdom. Okay, so now as the Lord within this grace period has got us, into being kingdom minded, to think like rulers, to desire a kingdom. Okay, well, kingdoms are forged in war. Okay, so this kingdom is going to be translated in war. So Yahweh Shai is coming to do what? To wage war. So let's get that. All right. This is on Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven open. Okay. And there's Yahweh Shai coming from the spiritual realm. Okay. Into this realm. And behold, a white horse, a chariot. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. And that white horse represents that pure power. And also, when you go into militaries, the general of the army, okay, or even the king himself, he will be on a white horse, to distinguish his rank from everyone else. All right. So Yahweh Shai, the captain of our salvation, is going to come into this realm to wage war in righteousness. Okay. So the righteousness that we're being conformed to and the righteousness that we desire, Yahweh Shai is going to come wage war for it, to establish that righteousness, to make that the standard in the earth. Okay? Verse 12 says, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. Okay? So on his head were many crowns, which means he's coming to take the authority from all the rulers in the earth. Whether you're an elite banker, or you just a prime minister of one of these nations, or you just a high up family, you just super rich, whatever, anyone with any type of authority in the earth, Yahweh Shai is coming to take that. Okay? That's those many crowns. All right, that he's going to have on. He's coming to take dominion from the heathen, and he's going to distribute that dominion amongst his men. Okay, let's get this in Revelation as well. All right, you get Revelation 11. All right, Revelation 11 and 14, it says, the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And this the third woe. All right, they're coming quickly, this third world's war. All right, because the second world war, all right, the second woe is past. Now we're upon the third world war, and it coming quickly, man. All right, whether it really pop off before the year over, next year, the year after, eventually it's going to pop off. Okay, it's going to spiral out of control, and eventually it's going to go nuclear, man. And that's when Yahweh Shai is going to enter this realm. Okay, because we're going to need that deliverance. Revelation 11:15, it says, and the seven angels sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed, and he shall reign forever and ever. You see that? So the kingdoms of this world, okay, because all these different countries are nothing but kingdoms. See, people, when they think, the country of France, and but really it's the kingdom of France, the kingdom of Germany, the kingdom of Australia, the kingdoms, the different countries in Africa. Because you got different levels of kings. Because Esau, Edom, the elite, all right, they're the overlords of all these kingdoms of the earth. Okay? If you get that term overlord, all right, you're pretty much the overseer of other kings. That's why Yahushua says what he's going to be the King of kings and Lord of lords. Okay? Because we're going to be kings under Yahushua. All right, but Yahushua is going to be our overlord. Okay? So all these kingdoms of the earth are going to be absorbed, all right, unto Yahushua. And Yahushua is going to do what? He's going to redistribute those kingdoms, all right, amongst his brethren. So another one in Revelation 2 and 25. But that which you have already, hold fast till I come. Okay, and what do we have already? The faith. Okay, we have faith in this kingdom. We have faith in the victory over the beast. And we have to hold fast to that, man. This doctrine, okay, we have to hold fast to it. So we have to hold fast to this belief until Yahushua fulfills it. Okay, that's why I say he's the author and what? The finisher of our faith. So we have to hold the faith until Yahushua finishes, all right, this mighty work. All right, and that's to conquer the earth in righteousness, man. So we have to hold on to our faith till Yahushua finishes our faith, man. So this is what we're doing now. It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Okay, so Yahushua is coming to absorb all these kingdoms. He's going to redistribute those kingdoms amongst his brethren that endure. You see that? That's how kingdoms work. Because Yahushua, all right, we're going to aid Yahushua in governing the earth in righteousness, man. Establishing righteousness in the earth. Let's get that. Let's get that in Isaiah. This is what it means to be joint heirs, man. Because we're inheriting everything Yahushua is going to inherit, man. Okay, and it's going to be distributed. That's why I say, be thou faithful. Well done, my good servant. Be thou faithful over 10 cities. Be thou faithful over 5 cities. According to whatever portion, that we're allotted. But let's get that in I see Isaiah. Oh yeah, Isaiah 53. Yep. It's Isaiah 53. All right. Isaiah 53 and 11 is going to the sacrifice. It said, he shall see of the travail of his soul, and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many. Yahushua, their sacrifice, man. Okay, which we're justified by what Yahushua did, by believing on Yahushua, by believing in the victory and the promises, man. Okay, and being obedient until the King comes. For he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great. And he, you see that? And he, Yahushua, shall divide the spoil, because when he conquers the earth, he's going to spoil the earth. All the resources will be ours. The people that don't die in this war, all right, they're going to be divided amongst the elect. We're going to divide up everything, man, from people to land, resources, livestock, okay, precious metal, okay. It's going to be actually divided amongst his men. That's why I says great is our reward in heaven, which is in rulership. Okay, so we're what we're finna lose now. Okay, the Honda Civic. Okay, the PlayStation 5. We're gonna lose these things now, but we finna gain. Okay, and it says, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he had poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. So his sacrifice set it up to where we will be able to partake in this kingdom with him. Okay, and by us finishing our course, as he finished his course, he's going to divide the spoil with the strong, because it's going to take a strong mind to endure what we're finna endure, man. It's going to take strong faith and belief in what's promised. Okay? So it began with us waking up, being conformed to righteousness, getting back into their ruling class mentality, okay, as Israelite men, okay? Then Yahweh Shai, all right, he's going to wage war in the earth, He's going to conquer in righteousness, and then what he's going to distribute rulership amongst his men. Okay? And then we're going to go into, all right, a practical kingdom in the earth. Okay? Let's go here to the Revelation again. Let's get this in Revelation. All right, it's Revelation 5 and 9. It says, and they sung a new song. Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seal thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. Okay? And that's speaking of the Israelite foreigners. All right? Because you're going to have, it's going to be a global deliverance. So you're going to have all our people you're going to have a lot of our people looking like other nations, but they're Israelites. All right? According to the lineage of their fathers. Okay? Verse 10, it has made us into our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. Okay, so after the war, all right, we're going to be promoted to kings and priests. All right, and we shall reign on the earth. Okay, so when you go into Isaiah, all right, Isaiah the 60th chapter, well, let's get Isaiah 61. Okay, Isaiah 60:1, because then as we come down, it's going to be time for these heathens to go to work. Okay, hey, whatever remaining concrete in the earth got to go, because the nukes going to do a lot of renovation. Like the nukes going to do a lot, of the major work. They just going to completely melt, a lot of infrastructure in the earth. America going to be obliterated, but you can believe these major EU cities going to be hit too by Russia. In this third world war. So a lot of this infrastructure going to be obliterated. All right. So these heathens, hey, they're going to have work to do, man. All right. This is Isaiah 64. It's like Isaiah 61, verse 4. And it says, and they shall build the old waste. Okay. Because the earth is going to be wasted through war. All right. Now, the fire is going to cleanse the earth. Okay. It's going to cleanse the water. It's going to cleanse the air. It's going to cleanse the soil. These dead bodies are going to be, fertilizer. Okay. So this is going to be the beginning of the restoration of the earth. Okay. And the day is speaking of these heathens. You see? And they shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolation of many generations, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks. Okay. Because now we're going to go back in the kingdom. We're going to go back to having resources. Ain't going to be no more grocery stores, man. Okay. If you want lamb chops, well, guess what? That lamb is going to be killed fresh that morning. We're going to get into those things. And the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers, man. We're not going to have to tend to the livestock. We're not going to have to, like right now, you got a house, you got to cut the yard, you got to weed eat around the, if you got any, any type of flowers or anything, your wife out there pulling out weeds. Well, no, that's not going to be the case. That's going to be the job of the heathens, because we're going to have estates, that are going to be maintained. We're going to have thousands of acres, okay, of orchards, okay, livestock, gardens, okay, that are going to be maintained, okay, and it's going to be by these heathens. You see that? Going back, remember, he said he's going to make us priests. All right, this is Isaiah 61:6. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. Okay, kings and priests in the earth. Men shall call you the ministers of our power. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves, man. Okay, so riches are going to flow into us. We're going to have what you call workless wealth. Okay, and no more checking. There ain't going to be no bank accounts. We're going to have treasurers, and ain't going to be no Bank Plus. Okay, Wells Fargo. No, we're going to have treasurers. Okay. You see that? This is what we're going back to. The resources of the earth are going to flow into us. Okay. And we'll distribute accordingly, man. Okay. Because you go into the priests, they was the bankers. Okay. So you go here to Isaiah. Let's get this Isaiah. All right. This is Isaiah 60:10. And it says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Okay? So the Lord, all right, because one of the things about the kingdom is we're going to have slaves. Okay? All these heathens, every heathen will go into captivity. Okay, and will serve Israel. And that first 1,000 years, it's going to be a lot of infrastructures going up. Okay, it's going to be a lot of land being tilled. There's going to be a lot of cleanup. Okay, this is going into the practical kingdom. So in the Lord's wrath, he smote us, but in his favor, he finna have mercy on us, man, and we finna see what the Lord's favor look like. Okay? On a whole another level, like we've never seen it before, like the world has never seen it before. Okay? It said, therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring thee the forces of the Gentiles, that their kings may be brought. Now you go into the forces of the Gentile. All right, you go into the forces of the Gentile. All right, which is how y'all. Okay, and then go into what wealth. Okay, their strength, their manpower. Okay, riches. Okay, and that's what's going to be brought. Wealth, ability. Like I say, that manpower. We're gonna have all that, man, because it's gonna take a lot of manpower to build the kingdom. A lot of manpower and woman power too. Okay. Because especially the Edomite woman, she's gonna have the same job as that nigga, man. You Edomite women finna take y'all ass, y'all finna carry y'all ass to work too. All right. So let's keep reading. It said, for the nation and the kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. And we know that eventually Esau, Edom, is going to be that nation that's utterly wasted. Okay? And if, Esau, he has an expiration date. He's going to be exterminated after the 1,000 years. Okay? But then these other nations, if they ever want to get cute, and want to rebel, it's going to be a punishment, man. Because we're not going to have a kingdom of options. Okay, it's going to be righteousness. And eventually, these nations are going to see that righteousness is the way. Okay, is what we're going to get. Okay, It said, the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, the box together. And this is all dealing with construction. Okay, this wood, these different trees is going to be used for building, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. And what's the place of the Lord's feet? The earth of his footstool. All right, so lead through the labor of the heathens, okay, according to how we want. Okay, the earth is going to be beautified. Okay, so this is speaking of construction. All right, the infrastructure. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come binding unto thee, these Edomites. Okay, they're the head of our affliction, and all they that despise thee, all these other nations shall bow themselves unto the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the city of Yahweh, the Zion, and the Holy One of Israel. Okay, we're not gonna have to argue about who the true Israelites is in that day. It's gonna be known. We after World War III, we're delivered. We come out those chariots. It's gonna be known. Okay. It said, wherefore thou hast been hated and forsaken, so that no man went through thee. I will make thee eternal excellency, a joy for many generations. All right, and you get this word eternal excellency. All right, because we're gonna be made immortal. Okay, you get the word excellency. All right, you get the word excellency in the Hebrew. It's God one. All right, and it says, let's see. It goes into exaltation, majesty, excellence. I want to look for it. There's a certain word. Excellence. Oh yeah, I had to look up the definition for majesty. Yep. Let me see. Let me look it up real quick. So you're looking at the word for majesty. All right, that's what I'm looking for. So you look up that word for majesty, and you get, all right, majesty. It says impressive stateliness, dignity, or beauty. Okay, so we're going to be an eternal excellency, an eternal majestic people. Okay, which is impressive stateliness, and that's going to be those new bodies, man. We're going to be gods in the earth. Okay, we're going to be God kings, man. All right. And the Israelite woman, the beauty of an Israelite woman is going to be something never seen before, man. It's going to be a eternal, impressive stateliness. Okay. This is all. All right. These are all promises. So let's go back into it. All right. So yeah, they're trying to paint the picture. Lord will is making sense. Okay. Let's go back into Isaiah 60:16. It said, thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and thou shalt suck the breast of kings, and thou shalt know that I'm the Lord. I, the Lord Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, and the mighty one of Jacob. All right. And it just means that the resources are going to flow into us. It's symbolic talk. Okay. Not going to be sucking on no one, the heathen nipples. Okay. Just symbolic talk of resources flowing to us. Remember, we're going to have the land flowing with milk and honey. There's abundance and resources. Okay. It said, for brass I will bring gold, and this shows it's going to be an upgrade in the infrastructure. See, we're not going to have sheetrock in the kingdom. Like people got these mansions, these $30, $40 mansions now, but then they have sheetrock. Okay? It's not top quality. Our infrastructure is going to be top quality, everything. And for iron, I will bring silver, and for wood, brass, and for stone, iron, I will also make thy officers peace and thy exactors righteousness. Okay? It's going to be a major upgrade in the infrastructure, man. Like when you look in the Esau City, the things that you see for concrete, his door handles, and, in our kingdom, those things are going to be silver, brass, the finest wood. Okay? The thing that Esau, like everything, toilets, everything is gonna be gold, silver, okay, brass plated. It's gonna just be a major upgrade in the infrastructure, man. It's gonna be the whole new splendor. Okay. It said, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvations and thy gates peace. Okay. So there ain't gonna be no hoods in the kingdom. All right, ain't gonna be no arguments. Okay, it's gonna be the city of peace. All right, we're gonna be a people of peace, man. Because hey, we're the curses that we have now, the evil eye towards a brother, the evil eye towards a wife, evil eye towards a husband. It's gonna be, the curse is gonna be no more, as the scriptures say. Okay, we're all gonna be in peace. Okay. So let's jump down 21. It says, thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. Because we're going to be an extension of the Lord's wisdom and righteousness in the earth eternally. When you look at the Israelite in the kingdom, it's going to be an extension of the Lord's glory and his righteousness and his wisdom in the earth. Okay, we're going to embody the Lord's wisdom and glory in the earth. All right, with those new bodies. You see, it says a little one shall become 1,000 and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in this time. Okay, so we're going back to big families. All right, and it's going to be through men having multiple women. And see, in the kingdom, your wives are going to be best friends. Okay. Now in this kingdom, I know some people that probably, fell out the chair, and skip, heart and skipped a few beats. Okay, but in the kingdom, all right, your wives are going to be best friends, man, because they're going to be all about forwarding your estates. They're going to be about forwarding, your portion of the kingdom as a man. Okay, it's not going to be in that black culture, feminist. That's not going to exist. Okay, in the kingdom. Okay, you're going back to huge families, man, to where men, become 1,000, and small and a strong nation. Okay, so let's kind of go into, and like I said, I hope. Let me see. I gotta go back. I hope this is making sense. All right, now let's go here during the time of, because remember, we're going to have, as a king, we're going to have everything to our disposal. You see, right now, Esau America has convenience, That's one thing about royalty is convenience, but they have low quality convenience. We're going to have high quality convenience. Okay? Because you can, in America, you can get you something to eat, but it's very low quality. You can get you something to eat at any time. Okay? But it's low quality, man. Okay? You have abundance, buffets. All right? But it's low quality, poison, steroid, hormones. Okay? Cancer causing. You see? But in the kingdom, everything is going to be fresh. Okay? In this society, you can get you some, some box from a woman. You get you a little American thought, but it's low quality. It's used up. It's traumatized. It's through high mileage. So you have access to it, but it's low quality. In the kingdom, we're going back to everything high quality, man. Okay? Now, when you go here, let's start off 1 Kings 4:20. It says, Judah and Israel were many as the sand, which is by the sea, and multitude eating and drinking and making merry. And Solomon reigned over all kingdoms from the river unto the land of the Philistines and unto the border of Egypt. They brought presents and served Solomon all the days of his life. You see that? And those are the things we just got through reading about, how gates shall be open continually, the forces of the Gentiles being brought through. Well, that's what King Solomon, that was his era. Okay? And we're going back to that, but even better. Okay? It says, and Judah and Israel were many, all right, in the multitude, all right, big family, and drinking and making merry. We was in a good estate. We was enjoying the earth. We was enjoying our sovereignty. We was enjoying, having the covering of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. And we're going to go back to that on a much grander scale. Okay, verse 22. And Solomon's provision for one day was 30 measures of fine flour and 60 measures of meal. They would eat like desserts, cakes. Okay, 10 fat oxen and 20 oxen out of his pastors. All right, and 20 oxen out of the pastors. And who pastors? Well, that was his pastors. Okay. You see, in this society, you have some farmers that, put all the stuff in the food, and they put all the stuff in the livestock to get them to grow quicker and, to get more meat off of it. Because this is a society driven off profit, not quality. Okay, so everybody's cut corners. Okay, so it comes from the corrupt farmers. Then you have, it go to the corrupt processors. Okay. And then it's coming to these corrupt grocery stores, man. Okay? But now the food is going to come out of your own pasture. If you want a steak or oxen, that's going to come out of your pasture. Okay? You want goat, lamb, that's going to come out of your pasture. Chicken. Okay? Those things are going to come directly out of your pasture. Okay? And deer, I know brothers in the South eat that deer. It's deer season now. We waiting on that venison as we speak. You see, it says besides hearts and roebucks, we're talking about deer, and fallow deer and fatted fowl, they're chicken. You see, for he had dominion over all the region of the river. All the region on this side of the river, from Tishpash even to Azah, over all the kings on this side of the river. He had place in all sides round about him, man, their rulership. Okay, you see, he was an overlord, because there was other kings. The heathens had their kings, but King Solomon was an overlord to those kings. He was a king of kings. Okay, so yeah, man, you're gonna have heathen. It's just gonna be their job, to prepare food, to prepare, the livestock. You're gonna have people the heathen just tend to the livestock, feed them, let them graze, put them back up. Okay. You're going to have those as, heathen that's going to be the butchers, heathen that's going to be the cooks, the chefs. Okay? It's going to be plenty of work to do in the kingdom, man. All right? And we're going to have, all right, because let's go here. And you're going to have your heart's desire. The kingdom of heaven is going to be an Israelite man's paradise. Right? And by default, it's going to be the Israelite woman's paradise. Okay? Because you women, you're going to be the decorators of the kingdom, and y'all built for that, man. Okay, because the kingdom not going to be complete, without the Israelite woman's touch when it comes to the decorations. Now let's get this. Like I said, I pray, I'm doing it some justice, and then even this is still, the Lord still is going. He's going to have us in awe. Okay, the kingdom is going to be jaw-dropping. All right, so you go here. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 2. And this was a kingdom. King Solomon, 2:1. And it says, I said in my heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth it? And it says now when you go into it, because King Solomon realized he didn't have immortality, and that was vexing to him. He knew that no matter what he did, eventually he was going to die. So everything that he gained stood a chance to being lost, and it was lost. On the railbone, you had the kingdom to split, and eventually we went into captivity. Okay, now let's just go into it. It says, matter of fact, I'm gonna get in NLT and read verses 4, but he's gonna go into the things that he had to his disposal. All right, this is Ecclesiastes 2 and 5. It says, I made gardens and parks, filling them with all kinds of fruits and trees. Okay, he said, I also tried to find meaning by building huge homes for myself. So he just had estates everywhere. Okay, you see, just estates everywhere. And by planting beautiful vineyards, man, and they was decked out inside and out. The yards, the gardens, the orchards, he's going to go into it. He said, I built reservoirs to collect the water to irrigate my many flourishing groves, man. The reservoir is a huge, huge water. It's like a huge lake. And King Solomon had those built. Well, guess what? When you got that manpower to your disposal, you can do those things, man. Whatever we desire, we're gonna have it to our disposal. We're gonna have the manpower and the resources, man. Okay, and the wisdom. Okay, it says, I bought slaves, both men and women, and others were born into my household. I also owned large herds of flocks, more than any of the kings who had lived in Jerusalem before me. So he had slaves, all right, and other slaves that was born into the household. See, everything we have is going to reproduce itself. Our livestock, our slaves, okay, our orchards, everything that we have is going to reproduce itself. Okay, it's gonna multiply. All right, the kingdom of heaven is gonna be the heavenly Father, just constantly hitting that multiplication button on our resources, man. Okay. It says, I collected great sums of silver and gold, the treasure of many kings and provinces, that tribute that was brought to him. Okay, I hired wonderful singers, both men and women, and had many beautiful concubines. I had everything a man could desire. Yeah, see, in this kingdom, and see, that was all virgin, that was all his women. They never been touched by other men. Okay, they didn't, they didn't have all this. They ain't come with this trauma, one no baby mamas, and none of it. None of this gonna exist, man. This is a goddamn nightmare. Okay, but King Solomon didn't have none of these, and he didn't have to be on Tinder and all, man. He had everything to his disposal, man. Beautiful concubines, beautiful Israelite wives, and everything was to his disposal, and he can have, and it can be summoned to him. Okay, and that's how it's going to be in the kingdom. We can have all these things to our disposal, and as men, those things are going to be, we can summon those things when we want, And it says, so I became greater than all who had lived in Jerusalem before me, and my wisdom never failed me. Okay, so let me see. All right, so he had wonderful singers. That's what I wanted to get to, because I like live music. I like to go hear live bands. I ain't went to an orchestra yet. El Kazak, El Zahab, them brothers into the orchestra, but King Solomon had singers to his disposal. Like now, you might get up and turn on the YouTube and put some music on, some chill hop or something. You might put some R&B, some old school R&B, or some, some neo soul. Okay, well, in the kingdom, we're going to have live music. The hell with a Bluetooth. No, we're going to have live music. We're going to have bands to our disposal. You get up in the morning, it's going to be certain instrumentals being played live. Okay, before you go to sleep, certain instrumentals, being played live, certain songs being, the hell with the radio. Nah, you're gonna have actual people singing and playing to your disposal, man. Okay, and that's the way of kings. You see, so you go from there, because even when I think that's in Daniel, just to show you, though, when you're king, you have that to your disposal, man. All right. So this is when Daniel was through into the lion den. All right. It said Daniel 6:16. So at the last, the king gave orders for Daniel to be arrested and thrown into the den of lions. The king said to him, "May your power, whom you serve faithfully, rescue you." A stone was brought and placed over the mouth of the den. Then said the king sealed the stone with his royal seal and the seals of his nobles, so that no one could rescue Daniel. Then the king returned to his place and spent the night fasting. He refused his usual entertainment and couldn't sleep all night. Okay, so he had live music. I think you read in NLT, meaning KJV. Yep, it says then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. Okay, so he had this thing, where he would listen to certain instrumentals before he went to sleep. The kingdom is gonna be on the level, man. It's gonna be far out than this nigga shit, man. It's gonna be a long way from the red cups. Okay, it's gonna be a long way from the red cup culture of niggas in America, man. Okay, so yeah, man, and this, I think they hit the point. Like I say, as always, it's a lot more. There's so many things, but it get redundant after a while. All right, so I end it here. I think this. I go to Ezekiel. All right, yeah, this is Haggai 2:9. It said the glory of this latter house, just to show you that everything we read, we got greater to come, But they just give us an inkling of what's to come. It said the glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former, said the Lord of hosts, and in this place will I give peace, said the Lord of hosts. So this dynasty, this empire, all right, that we're coming into is going to be greater than the last. Okay, let's get that in Ezekiel 36. We end it there just to prove that point, because the Lord repeats, certain promises. This is Ezekiel 37. All right, and these heathens are going to get removed out of the land. Ezekiel 36:7. Therefore, thus said the Lord power, I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches, and speaking of the land, and ye shall yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come. Okay, so the land, all right, is going to yield this strength when we get there, and it's another proof. This is more proof that those are not the people in the land, because they gotta get trees imported. They gotta get certain things imported to Israel, man. Okay, because their land is mourning, But the Lord is pretty much telling this land, hey, get right, because your people coming back. Okay, the tribes. It said, for behold, I am for you. See, now we come to favor, and I will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown, and I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel. A little one shall become 1,000, a small one, a strong nation, even all of it, and the city shall be inhabited, and the waste builded, their construction. Okay, it's going to be a major industry in the kingdom is construction, man. construction and mining, all right, and agriculture. And I will multiply, and also what you call it, seamstress, those people that make clothing. That's another thing, man. We're going to be having dresses. The women will be having dresses made daily. The men, we're going to be having, robes, okay, made daily, garments, and, we're going to have these things made daily. You see? There will be no shopping malls. No, man. Okay? We coming into a whole nother way of existence. It says, I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit, and I will sell you after your old estates. All right? What the old estates? We're talking about the time of King David and King Solomon. And I will do better unto you than at your beginnings, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai. Okay? So, yeah, and it's always more, that we can go into with that, but Lord will, I did some justice, but the scriptures say, hey, we can't even, what the Apostle Paul, because the scriptures say, let it be done on earth as it is in heaven. And when Apostle Paul went to the spiritual realm, he said, it would be unlawful for him to try to describe it, so, we just, with what we got, we have enough to look forward to, to endure what we finna endure, So, Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again, give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great example to us younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful Kwam Yashala Bible Ball soon.